It's Tuesday, December 23rd, so 2 days before Christmas. And was it last week? I believe it was last week. I got a call from the dealership saying that there was a recall for the Triumph Speed 400, the 2024 model at least, which is what this is. If you watched my earlier videos, I bought this bike at the beginning of this year, back in February, but it was the 2024 model. I chose the one that had been sitting on the showroom floor for a year, rather than pay a couple $100 more for a brand new one with very minimal, if any, differences. But this recall apparently has something to do with the timing chain. So we arranged for an appointment, and today seemed to be a pretty good day. It's been raining pretty much non-stop up here for the past several weeks. In fact, we had some flooding in the area, which is causing a lot of damage to people. Fortunately, my area isn't really affected because I'm kind of up on a hill. But today, it just so happens that it's the one day this week where it's not going to rain. And it's looking cloudy, but not too bad. So hopefully we can get this issue taken care of, and then I could get back home. I haven't posted in a few weeks, I think more than a month, because of the weather. I just haven't been out riding as much. So this also gives me an opportunity to get a ride in. And consequently, this is the first time I've ridden any of my bikes for more than a couple of blocks in the past month or so. Yeah, the pavement is actually dry here. As for the temperature, it's about, I think it's a little under 40 degrees right now, 40 degrees Fahrenheit. I don't know what that translates to Celsius in my head. So it's a little chilly. I've ridden in colder temperatures, but it's still a little cold. I'm all bundled up. I'm all layered up. Wearing a few layers. I have to admit, I don't exactly know what's involved in this recall. I was looking online for it because I just briefly talked to the person at the dealership, the shop manager, and he said what it was, but I didn't really have time to ask him because he called me while I was at work. So I just said, okay, I'll bring it in. But I was looking online. I see some people discussing it in some of the Triumph forums, and I saw that somebody had posted a detailed explanation of what it was, but unfortunately it was in Hindi, so I couldn't read it. I could probably run it through a translator, but at the time I didn't have the time for that. I'm running a little bit behind schedule. It's 9:45, and my appointment is at 10 when they open. I'm not too concerned about it though, because I don't think I need to be there at 10 on the dot, especially when they're still opening the shop. But I woke up with plenty of time. But you know, when it's 35 degrees outside, you kind of, I don't know about you, but for me, I kind of tend to delay going outside until the last possible second. My plan was I was going to get to the dealership early, get there before they open, park my bike over by the service entrance, and then walk across the street and get a cup of coffee and wait for them to open up. But my procrastination has thwarted that plan. I was right in that guy's blind spot. That was a bad place for me to be riding. So what I'm going to do for this video is I'm going to ask them, in detail, for them to give me a detailed explanation of what this recall is all about, so I can pass that information along to those of you on YouTube. That way you're not just watching me just tool around sharing my random thoughts, but I can actually provide some information. And if I don't get that information, I will just cut this part out. I don't think they'll have the new Thruxtons or the trackers in yet. I think they just announced those for the US, so it's highly doubtful that they would already have them in. Oh, they've already got bikes out. Alright, so I am done with the recall. It was free of charge because it was a mandatory recall. So what it was the cam tensioner. And what they told me was that the pre-2025 models had a smaller piece in there for the tensioner, and they said that what happened was it allowed it to move around inside the engine case, which could cause metal parts getting into the oil and some damage to the inside of the engine case. So they are replacing those with the redesigned part, which is in the 2025 and beyond models, I guess, or at least a certain VIN number. So it's nice that I got that done. It took about, I don't know, maybe half an hour to do. My camera's moving around. I'm gonna have to stop. They said they didn't find any oil, any metal shavings in the oil. So it looked like everything was okay. They just needed to replace that tensioner part They said if they had found any issues with it, it would have taken a couple hours to fix. But they didn't, and they just replaced the part, and so I'm back on the road, which is good because I got to get home and do other things. But it was good to get out, get out on the road, because like I said, it's been a couple of months almost. I mean, we're 2 days away from Christmas, so. What's this guy doing? People going to the car wash? I swear, Seattle residents, you have one day where it doesn't rain and everybody rushes to the car wash, even if the forecast shows non-stop rain for the next 2 weeks. It was nice to take my bike into the shop and not have to pay anything, though. Even though I did buy something while I was there, about a hoodie and a tank pad. Whenever I see these signs that people put up that say slow children, well, that one didn't, but they say slow children, I'm always reminded of this 80s band that was called Slow Children, although for the life of me, I can't think of what song they did. I think the name of the band stuck with me. Well, obviously the name of the band stuck with me much longer than whatever song they had that was on the radio.